Okay, let's see. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is start in standing position. Take a breath. Exhale the air and go down to your toes, but pull your feet together, your knees together. Since this is going to be sort of a slow flow today, we'll take about between 3 and 5 breaths between each pose. And when you breathe, try to release. Bring awareness to the body part that you're feeling. And just let it go. Walk the hands out into down dog. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Just releasing the neck away from the shoulders. Make sure to spread the fingers, planting the palms down, press the heels back. Breathe and release the neck away from the shoulders. That's what really helps to decompress that cervical spine. Shift your weight to your knees, drop down to extended child's pose, reaching the arms out. Place your forehead on the mat, push your heels or your butt towards your heels. Breathing into the space of the back, up under the shoulder blades. Just lift yourself up a little bit and then widen your legs. So bring them out towards the outer part of the mat. Sink your belly in between. Sink a little bit lower. You might feel this on the inside of your legs. And back up to tabletop. Bring your knees in. And then you'll come on to standing on your knees. Hands are going to be in the small of the back. Pushing our hips forward. Camel pose. So make sure you release the chin back. Open up the chest. And then we'll come down into melting heart. So you're back on your knees, you drop the chest all the way down, but then you roll your butt up. Take your head to one side. Keep your hands close in for now. And just take your head actually over to the left side. You're just trying to roll the butt up, creating that arch in the spine. Big breaths. Let your chest go down as far as it can towards the mat. Now, just bring yourself up and take the arms out, extending them. We're going to go back into that melting heart, but take the head over to the right. Again, you're trying to sink your chest down, roll the butt up, head is over to the right. Since we're already in that position on our knees, we're just going to come back up, take, thread the needle on with the right arm under, so taking it under the left, lay onto the shoulder, rest the head down. And then remember your top arm, your left hand, you can do whatever you want to. You can use it to push you more into the stretch. You can take it up above you or even behind you. Just see what your body needs. And then bringing that awareness to the back, the upper part around the shoulder. So this slow flow is a good practice to do when you're really trying to create space in your body. You feel tight all over. Always making sure to give yourself time to breathe through the poses, 3 to 5 breaths. Switch sides. And remember, it's okay, like as you're breathing through the poses, to make adjustments because you're releasing into those poses. So you're changing the angles or where you need to place certain parts of your body. Big breath. Come on back up. Whew. Onto the knees again. And then you can just set down onto your heels. Your hands will come behind your back. You could just grab your fingers and place them on your bottom or your back. But what we want to do is expand the chest and open the shoulders and even the front part of the neck. If you can even bring the arms back further, lifting them up behind you. It's really whatever feels good. But the front muscles, the front part of the body gets used less. I know it sounds weird, but the back is overused, and the front is usually compressed. So I see most people have problems in their shoulders and their low back, neck area. Release. Oh. Now we're just gonna move the spine a little bit. So you can start at the bottom and just sort of roll up, releasing sort of through the chest, bringing the chin up, and then we're gonna round back. So bringing the hands forward, rounding the shoulders. This is a nice slow pace, easy movement. Really try to fully go into the movement, expanding all the way to the top, and then rounding, opening up the space in the back, pushing the spine outward. This is what creates that flexibility in the disc space, but also starts to separate all those muscles that get tight along the spine. A few more rounds of this. Explore your body all the way from the top, right up here at the neck and where the head meets the neck, all the way down through the tailbone and the sacral area. And back to the middle. Lift yourself off of your knees, and we're just gonna like take the foot out just to get that circulation going. Just flexing the foot. Now lift up and take your right foot forward. We're going to make a 90-degree angle on our knee. The back leg, you're going to let your top foot be on the mat, and we're going to push forward and diagonally towards the floor. So your hand can be here on your knee, can be on blocks if you need those, or reaching down and holding if you need to, but you can also expand, bringing the arms out or up. Whatever you feel. I would try to explore some of these too and see if it feels good for that. This stretch right here gets the psoas, which is a muscle that connects to our hips and our spine. All right, so drop your left hand down. We're going to turn to the right, twisting. So you're trying to open up as far as you can. When we come back, that right foot comes down in front of us. We're going to take pigeon. Or you can do deer pose, whichever you feel fits you better. But first we're going to lift up. Try to really sit into that pigeon. Make it feel good. Nice stretch also on the psoas, so the left hip might drop down a little bit. Even try to push up a little bit, creating that arch. Take yourself all the way down as far as you can in front. Awareness is in the hip or the knee, maybe even the ankle. One more releasing breath here. Bring that right leg back. And then we're just going to open it up to the side. So just sort of rounding the knee, making some circles. And then taking the left foot forward into that 90-degree angle. Pushing forward and diagonally. Again, you can explore where you might want your hands. Right hand comes down and we turn to the left. Expanding the chest. And some of the harder poses, you might even use that breath as an anchor to kind of hold you in the moment. Allow you to find the space that you need within you. And then going into pigeon, left side. Bring ourselves up first. So in this position, you might explore dropping the right hip down a little bit or releasing it from any tension that might be held. Maybe expanding or lifting your chin up, expanding the chest. Let's take it all the way down. Automatically moving our awareness into the left hip, knee, or ankle. One more breath here. Coming back up to all fours, bring that left knee out, make some circles. And then coming down into Indian style. Left arm comes up, right hand, you kind of make spider fingers reaching out over to the right. And the left arm comes over. So make sure you're not caving in, but really reaching over, expanding the ribs here and the space underneath the arm. Lift up a little bit from that, and you're going to walk the right hand back further behind you, and then we're going to open up the arm here. So you might bend your elbow and lean back, but you're expanding more the front part of the abs, reaching back behind you. All that space that gets compressed in the underarm or in the chest. Maybe even try moving your arm a little bit. Ooh, it's tight. Coming back up. Left side now. So reaching out over the left hand, right arm comes over. So if you feel tingling or numbing in your hands, you might be experiencing some compression of the nerve bundle. So that's why these things are important. Whew. Just try to adjust yourself. So bring it up a little bit, and then we're going to walk it back, and then open up. Back up. Take the feet into cobbler pose. So soles of the feet touching, pulling the heels up as high as you can. Inhaling as you make your spine straight. Exhaling as you fold forward, reaching your arms out as far as you can. You can even do those spider fingers again, but let your head and neck come down. Rolling back up. You can keep your feet there or you can put them back to Indian style. Hands are going to come behind the head. And we're just going to sort of bring each elbow up nice and slow. For this one, it's common for people to like kind of bring their head forward a little bit. So make sure your head's up when you're doing this. And then we're just going to take the elbows in circle. So lead with the left. And you're going to sort of come forward and around. About 3 times on each side. And then you'll lead with the right elbow. So coming back around. Release the hands down. Bring left foot down and straight, right knee up, twisting towards the right. So using your back hand to make sure you're nice and tall, and then twisting, looking over your right shoulder. Switching sides, right leg down, left knee up. Back to the middle. We're going to walk our butts up a little bit onto the mat and then lay back. Bring the legs all the way up. So the feet together, knees together. You can do a couple of things here, just depends on your level. This could be the starting point, but I want you to try to let your legs come back as far as they will. If you want to, you could lift yourself up into a plow pose, which generally you can just roll into. So it's really up to you. And now we go into happy baby. So separating the legs, knees come out to the side. You're reaching on the outside of the feet, pulling the knees down. Take your left leg down and straight and just leave that right leg up. Switch legs. So right leg comes down and straight. Left foot is up. Pulling both knees in. Now, with your knees still together, you're going to drop the legs over to the right and then let that left arm come open out to the left side. Let your head go over to the left and then just try to pull your shoulders down as flat as you can. If you need to use the right hand to hold the knees over, you can. Switching sides. So the knees are stacked over to the left. and you're looking over to the right. When you bring your knees up, you're gonna just make these circles with them. So keeping the knees together, you're gonna roll the hips around. Make sure you go both directions. Rest your feet down together, and then you're gonna let your legs fall open and hands are gonna rest open. So for this one, you're really trying to let the legs release the inner part of the thigh. Bring your knees together. Roll yourself up. Focus on the neck for just a moment or two. This is a time when you can just allow your own intuition to tell you what you need to do around the neck, the upper back. So you might drop your shoulders as you stretch your neck to the opposite side, or do some rolls. If you find a sore spot, you might hold and breathe. can even put your arm behind your back if that feels better for some of your stretching. And then you can also drop your chin forward towards your chest. Oh, as well as bring it all the way up, closing the mouth, opening the front part of the neck. Remember to open the chest when you do this, or bring the shoulders back. And then you can lay yourself all the way back into your meditation position. Grab you one of these real quick. I think my computer just died. That's why the music went off. It's all good. So take a few breaths. Settling all your body parts down. Maybe noticing different points where your body is touching the mat or the floor. Taking a few deep inhales and exhales to bring you to that space where you can finally begin to let go, if even just for a few moments. We're entering the time of the year when we begin to slow down. Things get colder outside. Animals go into hibernation. And this can be a good time for us to begin to look inward and reflect on all the things that we are trying to accomplish and be able to make adjustments or figure out what's working and what's not working, so we can begin to grow in all areas of our life. But it's not just that inner reflection that's important about this time. It's also learning to find stillness, a space where really feels comfortable just lying or just sitting. Distraction free. And so you might allow all the things that you're hearing, all the sounds that are coming to your ears, just imagine as if they were just music, and they sort of just are heard but not intertangled in your thoughts. You're not going into the thoughts, you're just merely noticing the thought of the sound, or not even that, just allowing it to come in into that space. So you might take a few breaths to notice any sensations or sounds that you might hear. And as your breath continues to soften and flow, all those sensations merely begin to blend together. So then it doesn't matter if you might hear something out of place, because it's melting together with all the other sounds. And as you do this, your body responds accordingly, feeling more and more relaxed. And letting go more and more with each soft inhale. And with each released out exhale. Your head and all the muscles in your face, supporting your jaw and your forehead, are also beginning to soften and release as you enter this space. a space where you can just expand your consciousness, letting yourself drift further and further away from these sounds, away from these sensations. Finding this stillness, this wonderful feeling of comfort, relaxation. Continue to let yourself drift. Sinking further and further. Start to slowly bring yourself back with your breath, taking a gentle inhale and exhale. Beginning to pull your awareness into all the areas of your body. Feeling those physical sensations again, maybe moving your fingers or hands, toes or heels. Slowly bringing yourself back to your body. And when you're ready, just bring yourself up.